and welcome to Easy Keys. This is lesson 1 of series 1 on my new beginner piano music theory and notation lessons. If you missed my introduction video where I covered what I'll be teaching in the weeks and months to come, please feel free to take a look at it and see if this is what you're wanting to learn. With lots of teachers out there, you really are spoiled for choice and you just need to find one that speaks your language. Okay, so the first part of each lesson will cover the practical and the second part will cover the theory. Firstly, make sure that you're sitting comfortably at your piano or keyboard and that you're not sitting too close or too far away. If you put your hands on top of the keys, your arms should be relaxed and your shoulders shouldn't be all hunched up. So place your chair just far enough away so that your fingers sit easily on the white keys. Now if you look at your right hand and you look at it from the side, you see that lovely natural shape. Almost as if you could fit a little ball into the palm of your hand when you play. That's what you're wanting. You don't want your hands to be too flat and rigid or curling up too much where you're playing on the tips. Natural and comfortable is key. Pun intended. Right, so now you're sitting comfortably and you won't be forming any bad posture or hand position habits right from the beginning. Now if you look at your piano keyboard, you'll see lots of white keys and then black keys in groups of 2 and 3. We name all the keys on the keyboard with letters of the alphabet, but we only use the letters A to G. Today, however, we're only going to start with the C key. So find the white note just to the left of the 2 black notes in the middle of your keyboard and place your right thumb on this key. Because this key is more or less in the middle of your keyboard, we call this middle C. You can work out the names of all the other keys later once you know and remember this important one. So now play the C key, pushing the note down with your thumb. Do this over and over until it makes a good, clear sound every time you press it. Just a note here that pianos have weighted keys, so it feels like it's resisting you slightly when you play. Small keyboards don't usually have weighted keys, but the bigger ones do. So ideally you would want weighted keys if you're playing piano or keyboard, so the feel and the pressure is the same, but it's not crucial. Okay, back to playing. Sometimes the key won't go down easily, and even though you press it, it doesn't seem to go down. This is completely normal, and it's because you need to create the muscle memory in your thumb and then your other fingers to press down with just the thumb and with the right amount of pressure. Eventually you won't even think about it because it'll be so easy. Now take your left thumb and do the same thing on the same note, middle C. Press the key down over and over until you get a similar sound every time you press it. Now you can alternate each thumb, first your right thumb, pressing the key down 4 times, and then the left thumb, also 4 times. Continue practicing this over and over until the sound from both thumbs sounds exactly the same. Every time you press it must sound the same. I don't know if I've done 4 on every thumb, but anyway, you get the idea. Great, you're doing really well. Okay, so this is the only key that we are playing today. Remember to practice with both hands right from the beginning and practice every day, even if it's just for a few minutes to start with. Now I want to show you what this note looks like when it's written in music notation. Please just note that I'm going to be teaching the British form of notation. That's how I was taught. But I will be mentioning the US name as well because some of their basic terms differ. Alright, all music is written on 5 horizontal lines, stacked on top of each other, and we call this a stave. US call it a staff. On the left side of the stave, you will find a curly symbol, which looks like that. And that shows that this stave has to be played with the right hand. This is a treble clef, and then this stave has a different curly symbol, and that's a bass clef, and that shows that this stave needs to be played with the left hand. I'm going to write the note that we played, the middle C, and I'm going to write it onto the stave. Now this might seem really odd, but the middle C doesn't live on any of these 5 lines. It's so important it has its own little line, which is underneath the 5 lines. So on the treble clef, it's below the 5 lines, and the middle C on the bass clef, its own little line is above the the 5 lines. Now there are different kinds of notes that you can write to represent the middle C, which show how long you need to press them for. We call these counts. So I could press it with a long count, or I can press it with a short count. So the note that I write on the stave has to show you how long you need to hold it down for. So today our first note is going to be a big, fat, lazy open circle. And that is called a semibreve. In the US they call it a whole note. Okay, so I'm just showing you what a semibreve looks like when it's not on the stave, because once I put it onto the middle C's little line, you might think that a semibreve looks like that, but it doesn't. It's just a circle. So there I'm going to put my semibreve on the middle C line. So when you see this in music notation, you know that you have to play that for 4 counts. A semibreve or a whole note counts for 4 counts. So when I see this on the music notation, I press it down with my thumb and I hold it for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same with the left hand. There's the semibreve for the left hand, also just a circle, but it's sitting on that little middle C stave line. So when I see that, this shows me that this is in the bass clef. So that means that's my left hand. So this is 4 counts, remember? Semibreve is 4 counts. So you press your thumb down and you hold it for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, treble clef, bass clef. Right hand, left hand. Okay, so now we're going to play our first piece of music. We're going to play 4 semibreves or whole notes with the right hand. Treble clef, right hand, middle C. So here we go, middle C. First one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now I'm going to do your left hand. If all my circles are going to be the same, but you get the idea. Okay, so now this, oh, that's a terrible one. This is your bass clef, which means left hand, so left thumb. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can see that the bass clef middle C is in between the treble clef one. So we're going to alternate. We're going to go right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just to recap, this is called a stave or a staff in the US, the 5 lines, both of them. This is the treble clef, that is the bass clef. This symbol shows that this is played with your right hand. This symbol shows that this stave is played with your left hand. We learned a middle C today, which was a semibreve or a full note, and it has its own special little line, which is middle C. See you in the next lesson, and don't forget to practice. Please also like and subscribe, and feel free to leave comments on things you'd like me to cover or highlight.